Uzumaki is out in full on Adult Swim and Max adaptation of a classic, sort of cult classic manga from Junji Ito, which I have read a couple months ago and mostly enjoyed. 4 episodes around half hour each, so very short watch, made in black and white so as to essentially emulate the manga as much as possible. It's essentially a strange, weird, fucked up horror story, which is kind of a singular storyline, but also kind of an anthology that comprises of smaller, shorter stories that come together. As a result, the pacing, when split into just 4 episodes, is a little weird. It definitely isn't as tight as you'd expect, but that's what the story is like in the manga as well. In terms of the plot, it's a series of strange occurrences in a little town, occurrences which all have some relation to spirals, which is what Uzumaki means in Japanese. People are becoming fascinated by spirals, their bodies change in various ways, there are strange weather phenomena, strange deaths, and as time goes on, it seems like the entire town is getting engulfed in this weird curse and things, really fucked up things happen. Lots of body horror, in case you're wondering. So the first episode was amazing. The animation quality is really good, and they managed to really animate all these fucked up scenes in a way that where it just basically seems like the manga panels moving. So that was very promising, but unfortunately, after the first episode, the quality drops in an unbelievable way. Apparently, it was a budget/timeline issue where the producers insisted on releasing before the work was ever really complete. The result is disastrous. The animation going forward looks like amateur drawings. In fact, worse than the manga in some instances. I mean, if it's a static image, it's not so bad because they use the manga as much as possible as sort of the baseline. But as soon as we get into some moving sequences, it just looks very, very bad. So when you lose that aspect, I unfortunately think you lose everything that made the anime version worth watching in the first place. The pacing is better in the manga because of breaking it up into more smaller chapters. There's also the way Junji Ito draws the panels, always sort of starting with, when he gets to the climax of each chapter, he always starts with the reaction shot at the end of one page, so you see the characters being shocked or afraid of something, and then you turn the page and you have the terrifying body horror money shot on the next page. So it makes you experience that sort of dread, but also morbid curiosity when turning the pages. And it also puts you in this interesting position where you have to do the act of turning the page to see the fucked up thing that you know is coming. The anime obviously does not have that. It's a different medium. So as soon as there is no more amazing animation quality, I think there's simply no more reason to watch it. It's a shame because it seems the animators themselves were genuinely excited about doing it right, doing the whole thing right, but they were fucked over by the studio, and the result is an embarrassing mess. Shame, but the conclusion is that the first episode is worth checking out, but if you liked it, I would advise just skipping straight to manga instead.